Oh my god.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna start a little YouTube channel for my car stuff based on building the Model A. Took a spill off the boat, found out my cloud wasn't recording, lost all the footage of 3 years building that car. Figured start a YouTube channel basically just to document my car stuff. So it's more for me to not be stuck. So it's kind of devastating to not have pictures of a 3-year build. So, I mean, channeled, tube chassis, LS motor, built front to back from scratch, have no footage of any of that other than what I loaded to Facebook or Instagram. So, gonna start a little YouTube channel, just kind of upload videos as I'm working on the car. I recently bought a 1980 Malibu, Chevy Malibu. Doing a mini tub, frame notch kit, 12-point chromoly cage. Gonna be a street car, but pretty big turbo LS setup in it. Here's the car here. I've been kind of tooling away. I got the motor and tranny pulled out of it. Got all the parts ordered. So, gonna start a little channel just to kind of document the car, upload some videos, you know, kind of my way of keeping track of things. So, hope you guys enjoy. Probably every weekend or something, I'll throw something up. Just kind of, like I say, just to keep track. So, enjoy, and more videos coming soon. Thanks, guys. Morning. As some of you know, I bought a 1980 Chevrolet Malibu that I'm going to be doing a little pro street project. Something to horse around on the streets, go out to the track and play around. So here it is. This is the girl. It's a 1980 Chevy Malibu. It's actually really, really clean. A little bit of rust in one door. Other than that, the car is pretty solid. The floors are beautiful. I've already kind of peeled the carpet back and took a look. It was on its way to deteriorating, basically. So I kind of feel as we're saving its life, we'll turn it into a nice little hot rod project. Gonna do a turbo LS setup, probably mini tub, flat on the ground, fiberglass bumpers, hood, trunk. Gonna keep the inside pretty nice. Gonna put door panels back in it, you know, after the cage is done and all that. I want it to appear semi-stock, other than not having the back seat due to the roll cage. But yeah, pretty nice little car. Surprised we found one that's pretty clean. We looked at a bunch the day we picked this car up, and most of them had rotted floor pans and rot around the door hinges, which is pretty common in these cars. The rear quarters, sail panels, usually around the back window, rot out pretty good. And as you can see on this one, absolutely nothing all the way around the rear window. Just super clean. Inside the trunk corners here, absolutely beautiful, still red, no rust. I pulled the carpet out of the trunk yesterday. No rust at all in the trunk. Trunk floor is completely solid. Floor pans are solid. Bottom of the door right here is little bubbles. Not a problem, as I've pretty much done body work my whole life. This side, there's a crease in the door. It's probably pretty hard to see in video, but there's a little crease in the door, like they rubbed something kind of down the side of the car. Not a big deal, pretty easy to fix. But the wheel well lips, it's completely solid all the way around. No rust. Back window here, same exact thing. No rust at all. Even the filler panels smooth. Quarter panels are straight as an arrow. Really not a whole lot to do on the body. Plan is to knock it down, smooth it out. Any little dings, you know, there's a little ding in the fender, a little ding here. Smooth all that stuff out and then wrap it. Rather than getting into a crazy paint job on a race car, you wrap it. You can always cover it up and fix things easily. Generally, painting a race car, you're going to end up scratching it because you're always working on it. So I would much rather have a wrap that I can touch up accordingly when it needs to be. So it's actually a turnkey running and driving V6 car with cold AC. So pretty neat to find one pretty clean. So it was getting ready to be a stereo car, I believe. It has big pods in the rear doors and in the package tray in the back window. They were getting ready to put a bunch of speakers in it, or had at some point. So yeah, so plan for today is just to kind of open it up. I had to jack it up to get the door to open without hitting the fender of the trailer. Just going to kind of start gutting it today. Going to pull the door panels out of it, pull the seats out of it. They already took the headliner. The original deal when I bought the car is the guy wanted to keep the interior. And I said, that's fine, I don't need it, as it's going to be kind of a pro street project. It's going to get race seats and a cage and all that. But then when I went to pick the car up, I guess they decided they didn't feel like taking it out. They took the headliner, which was sagging anyways. So I don't know what they would have wanted that for, maybe just for the backing so they could rewrap it. He had another car the exact same year, same everything. It was red too, but it was cheap, but it was really rusty. So I didn't want anything to do with that. But yeah, pretty nice find actually. I was pretty happy. Out of the 4 or 5 we looked at that same day, this was by far the cleanest car. So I would rather jump right into performance parts than spend the next 3 or 4 months doing body work and fixing rust repair and all that. So no problem spending a little more money for a cleaner car. Again, the wheel wells usually have issues, and all the way around hard as a rock. So pretty cool. So basically gonna pull the motor out of the car today. Got the car up on jack stands and leveled in my driveway. Been trying to get the car moved into the garage where I do my work, but my Model A with the LS in it is sitting in the garage and blew up the 4L60 that was in it. Well, actually broke the converter. So I put a FTI stage 4 turbo 400 in it with a billet 3800 converter, but it threw the tune out of whack. So basically you start the car, it idles kind of bad. It's, from what I'm understanding and what I'm reading, the computer, the 4L60 is gone now, and the computer is trying to send a signal to the 4L60 and it's not answering, so it pulls timing and everything out of the motor, so it runs horrible. But I'll set the phone up and get to work. Alrighty, motor out. AC's all out. Gonna pull the booster. I'm gonna do hydro boost in this car. So I'll have the LS will have the factory power steering pump on it, which will run my steering and hydro boost brakes. So I don't have to worry about a vacuum booster in a turbo car. So, yep, got a mess to clean up. The plug in the end of the tranny fell out and dumped a cord or so. So, alrighty, I'll click back tomorrow when I start tearing more out of it. I got to pull all the fuel lines out, emergency brake cables, and all that stuff out. And the rest of the wiring harness, everything underneath the hood wiring's gone, but I got to pull the fuse box and everything under the dash, get rid of all the, like I say, the wiring going back in this is going to be very minimal. Headlights, taillights, turn signals, and wipers, just enough to make it street legal. No radio or none of that. So, alrighty, I'll catch you all tomorrow. See ya.